Bingo. We are live and in color. Welcome to episode 35 of the Bottom Line Podcast. If you are listening to the Bottom Line Podcast, and this could be the only version of that said podcast, this could only also mean subsequently that I am your host, and that host is Davidson Baker. And I would like to thank you for joining me today. Welcome to the Bottom Line Podcast, episode number 35. Today I'm joined by two of my closest friends from across the map. Making his return for his second appearance on the Bottom Line Podcast for the first time, it's episode 10, Brick 50, and he is joined by my man, Alex Tan Man Gomez. Gentlemen, you are sitting on the same casting couch. How are you all doing today?
I'm excited for the
pretty good. I'm feeling 9.5 games up.
Nine and a half? Why not 7?
Seven.
Seven. Yeah, 7
I like
works.
7 more.
7 works.
I think 7 could be a happy medium we could work out.
Yeah, we'll see at the end of the season.
So we gotta. If you're a listener of this podcast, you know everything that I kind of do is run by not per se a schedule, but per se maybe more aligned with a topic. That is not how this episode is going to go today. It is going to be pretty much freelanced and kickback discussion between a few idiots that just like to chill and talk shit. So without further ado, with the current events and headlines going on in sports right now, the entire state of Ohio, where I am, guys. By the way, speaking of that, it's a little bit gloomy out today, man. What's the weather like down in beautiful fucking West Palm Beach?
Yeah.
Look at that, man.
It's pretty cloudy. It's probably gonna rain in like an hour or so, but it'll only rain for like 30 minutes. It's fine.
Dude, it rains like every day there, though.
Yeah, it'll be okay. The clouds,
though.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of shit to talk about today. We're gonna debut a few new segments, and starting off, of course, with the current events and headlines. Oh, the state of Ohio is freaking out about Urban Meyer, my friends. He's been suspended for 3 games. I personally expected it to be 2, and being that, especially where I live geographically, like kind of close to Michigan, and having a literally split down the middle between Michigan and Ohio State fans. The emotions and the feelings are kind of mixed around here. A lot of people are kind of on point about it, and a lot of people are outrageous. Do you guys think that he got the right per se punishment? And Mr. Brick 50, we will start with you.
I mean, he lied. He lied to the media. So I mean, it all comes down to what they're punishing him for. I think 3 games is good enough, because the game I'm worried about per se is the TCU game, right? I think 15. So whether it goes 3 games or 2 games in the suspension, I think that's pretty serious.
Yeah, and I think I've got to sneeze. I'm not sure.
Sneeze or calm.
All right.
I'm like waiting to see if I'm gonna sneeze. No. Okay, all right, not gonna sneeze. No, I think you're right though. A 3-game suspension for me is something that I feel was definitely justifiable. Here's where I have an issue.
With the suspension itself, though, he can be there at practices, right?
Yeah.
So that's not as heavy.
He just can't be
right.
There
so he can still
right. At the game.
He just can't be coaching in the game.
Yeah.
That is true for Rutgers and TCU, but for Oregon State, he can't. He's prohibited from making contact with the team.
All right.
But it's fucking Oregon State.
Yeah.
Oregon State and Rutgers aren't going to be a problem. The problem is going to be TCU for sure. And on paper, Ohio State is 100% the more talented team. But, that being said, TCU, I forget the guy's name. I think his name is Joshua James. TCU's got their most heralded and respected quarterback prospect ever in the history of the school coming in. And a lot of guys are expecting him to start. We really don't know how good he's going to be. Their defense in a conference like the Big 12 that isn't really known. TCU. And playing that game at Cowboy Stadium is going to be tricky, especially without Urban Meyer. I thought that they were going to suspend him 2 games, and I thought that would be warranted as well. But what I need to stop seeing is where everyone is like, nah. Well, they care more about winning than they do about more. Get that shit out of here. Like, that is that's the biggest load of bullshit I think I've ever heard in my life. Like Woody Hayes and Jim Tressel, sure, while Woody Hayes literally open hand bitch slapped an opposing player on the sideline, dog. And Jim Tressel obviously, helped and facilitated guys selling memorabilia and whatnot. Those are obviously a little bit bigger offenses than maybe not someone hitting a woman, but someone covering up about it. But all of that being said, is no one was talking about how Ohio State liked morals more than winning when Woody Hayes and Jim Tressel got canned without a warning. Nobody was saying that. So this whole like, oh, they kept Urban Meyer because they care more about winning. Get that shit out of my face. Like, no, you sound like an idiot. Like, I don't buy that whatsoever, to be honest with you. Urban Meyer, though, on the grand scheme of things, can we talk about? And we'll get into. No, actually, we could save this. I was going to get into Zach Smith a little bit, but we'll save that for the segment that's coming up. I didn't see First Take today.
On Stephen A. Smith Radio, he opened up about that, and that's crazy. He had one comment that was pretty funny. It was I was just imagining this in the Stephen A. Smith voice. It was like, how in the hell do you get horny at the White House?
He said that?
I'm pretty, like, something along those lines. But that's
he said that?
On Stephen A. Smith Radio, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, his show is hilarious, bro.
Horny at the White House.
Dog, like, have you ever seen the video on Twitter that, like, you open it up and it's his face? Like, it's like the picture of his face, and you hear, like, this cheerful music, and then you just hear him scream, like, ah! It's for no reason the funniest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. I was laughing literally so hard when I saw it for the first time. So, you think 3 games is fair, though?
That big one is TCU. It has, I think, because how big of a game that is, that has a little more weight to it. So maybe
100%.
I feel like they worked it out pretty well.
Yeah.
Like, they spent, like, what, 8 hours?
I mean, a lot of people thought he was going to lose his job.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got lucky.
Yeah. He didn't.
They could have just been like, hey, you're fired.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is just not okay.
They really could have, to be honest with you, especially in an era and a country like America that is incredibly apt to become very offended for no reason.
I'll do that. It's the thing.
So let's move to the NFL, my friends. For some reason, Bill Belichick's he's got something against wide receivers, man.
He's dropped.
They've cut 3 wide receivers in the preseason, and we're barely halfway through it. Jordan Matthews, Malcolm Mitchell, and now Kenny Britt have all been cut this preseason. So that leaves the top of the depth chart at wide receiver, I believe, being that Eric Decker is physically unable to perform, or on that list right now. Jordan Matthews, Malcolm Mitchell, Kenny Britt are cut, so that makes the top of the depth chart Julian Edelman, Chris Hogan, and Philip Dorsett.
I mean,
yeah, dude,
they're number 3 in the power rankings right now.
Yeah,
preseason power rankings.
They still have Tom Brady.
Right. Yeah, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. I mean, their defense, I think, is going to be a big thing this year that people are going to look at.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
It's not going to be like, oh, well, look at the Patriots run down the field. I don't think that's how it's going to be this year. But I think their defense is still going to be able to carry them.
And think about Chris Hogan too. How did we? Do we know Chris Hogan's name if Chad Henne is throwing him balls in Jacksonville circa 2012?
That's what I'm saying, though.
100%.
Brady
and Belichick can do that with like a guy sweeping the streets. Like that's how it feels like.
Yeah.
And Brady and Belichick, while they may or may not have their differences or whatever picture the media tries to paint, they just keep winning, man. And to be honest with you, the AFC, particularly the AFC, to me is a 2-team race, and it's New England and Pittsburgh and nobody else.
Well, I mean,
Vince.
I'm a Steelers. I've told you this, but other listeners, I'm a big Steelers fan, and I don't know how I feel. Like I want to be excited. I mean, we have Antonio Brown. We have a great offense, but then we have Ben Roethlisberger, who every year is like, oh, is he going to play? Is he going to retire if he gets hurt this year? And then we have Le'Veon, who's not even going to training camp. So that's money. All right.
But how do you feel as a Steelers fan, particularly, my friend? I asked T. Jones this when he came on a little over a month ago. How do you feel being a Steelers fan and seeing a guy like Le'Veon? And because it's easy to say, you know, how could you ask for more money if you're already like tied for the highest paid running back in the league? Then Todd Gurley, out of absolutely nowhere, is making $15 million a year, and now Le'Veon Bell kind of sits there with his feet kicked up, looking at the Steelers like, "Okay, bitches, now let's you guys see where I'm coming from." That's kind of what Le'Veon Bell's looking at them like at this point.
Everybody else got paid.
I mean, he does it all.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel bad for Aaron Donald more than anything, bro. Like Aaron Donald's been asking for a new contract for the Rams for literally 2 years, and he's either 1 or 2 in the NFL since he's gotten in the league, with the vice versa being Khalil Mack in all of the categories, in like sacks, forced fumbles, tackles for loss. And this man has literally he's held out now from 2 training camps. And he's been asking for a new contract, and they've been trying to get a new contract done. And then literally Todd Gurley gets $6 million more a year than any other running back in the NFL, all before Aaron Donald gets a deal done. I mean, that just sounds incredibly frustrating to me. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, what are you going to do there?
Pay Aaron Donald.
No, I mean, if you're Aaron
That's your only option.
Oh, as the Rams, you have to pay him. If you're Aaron Donald, I don't know. I mean, the Rams are stacked. I think he can still get a massive contract, even if it's not.
For sure.
The Rams really are stacked, bro. They might be the best team on paper. If I'm being honest.
Think so?
Contract on the team.
I think the Eagles are potentially a close second, but dog, like Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh on the same defensive line, I'm gonna throw up just thinking about it. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm so sad. Sue and Cameron Wake in Miami.
Sue and Cameron Wake. So, keeping it moving along, bro. Heavyweight fights have moved to golf. Fucking Tiger versus Phil, baby.
Crazy.
9 million smackaroos will be on the line. I'm surprised they're doing this on pay-per-view, man.
Oh, that's smart. That's so smart.
They're gonna make a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I'm very, very intrigued to see the buy rate that this pay-per-view posts.
I'm gonna buy it. Oh, you're gonna buy it and split it. Yeah, perfect.
There you go. Well, I'm also very, very intrigued to see what the price point's going to be.
When is it?
It's the day after Thanksgiving, November 23rd. It'll be broadcasted via Turner Sports pay-per-view. For those listening that do not know what Turner Sports is, somehow that's the umbrella that kind of carries CBS, TBS, TNT, all of those people. What do you guys think it's going to cost?
$50.
Yeah, probably 50.
I was like, what would I pay for it? Probably $50. So.
Brick has no problem forking over those 50s.
50 for you.
Isn't that right, Brick?
It hurts a little bit, but you know what? You got to think the long run. This is you just have to.
Dude.
There's really no other option.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Just sit here and like not watch it?
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah. Like no. That's not an option. Like
50, 10 out of 10 times.
Like no one has ever said Tiger and Phil.
Not worth the 50.
like by themselves, and it's not 4 rounds over 4 days. It's just one.
Straight up, like, hey,
no thanks.
No, that would you? Are you gonna bet on that? Because that's gonna be big time in Vegas if they're doing like this. Dude.
They already have odds posted. Woods is the minus 180 favorite. Phil at plus 150 on the comeback.
Yeah. Especially with just how good he just played too.
I kind of like Phil as at plus 150. I have to be honest. I might like Phil as a play at plus 150 there, to be honest with you.
Do you think you're gonna put money on that?
I mean, if I'm feeling like it, I've been on a roll lately, but that's
I think this is gonna be huge in Vegas though.
Yeah.
Big time. Big time.
This is gonna bring a lot of money.
It's in Vegas.
I know.
That's where it's being played.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna be stupid.
I know they're probably gonna net more.
Oh, way more.
They're both making money off this. It's just like, hey, you want 1 or 10?
Yeah.
So we got moving kind of back to football. Maybe I should have said this before we started talking about Tiger and Phil. The new NFL helmet rule has what's the right way to put this? It has angered everyone, to be honest with you. There have been like 50 some odd penalties thrown in like I think about 35 give or take games where people are just kind of up open in arms wondering what the hell these flags are being thrown for. What do you guys think? They're sending out a memo back to the officials this week to kind of try to improve it. I mean, it's a difficult topic to talk about because it is such a new rule, but it is frustrating.
I mean, ratings are just going to go down
even more.
Yeah, people aren't just going to
even more than before.
Even more.
Games are going to be slower.
People aren't going to watch
people
if it's not if you can't hit someone when they throw a flag for 10 yards.
Yeah, even the players are pissed about it. They're all like tweeting and stuff like.
That happens. Steelers are just going to be terrible.
Yeah, the Steelers are going to be like the most penalized team in NFL history this season.
Nah, dude, the Bengals will one up them somehow.
The Bengals might kill someone.
Fonta's perfect. Probably just.
All right. Bengals are going to come. Bengals are going to run up on the refs after the game.
Yeah, they probably will.
They might, especially if you got Pac-Man Jones back there.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy? Did you see him get in the fight at the airport?
I did. Actually, I did see.
He was ready to throw him.
Dude, he knocked the dude out with the hammer fists on the from top while he was on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, that's brutal.
What could possibly happen at the airport?
Dude, but the other guy picked the fight. Like he was minding his own business. Pac-Man was. The other guy asked to get hammer fisted in the nose.
Yeah. What you wish for?
Yeah, that's still hilarious.
Imagine catching a fist in the nose.
Oh, dude, I've imagined it and seen it happen for my viewing pleasure. It doesn't look like a fun time. Hammer fists do not look like a fun time. I want to show you guys something.
Did you hear the thing that was in the news about like 3 weeks ago? How Wichita State's coach got arrested for assault, where he punched someone in the face and he died in the hospital.
Oh yeah, bro, that's crazy.
You talking about Greg Marshall?
Wichita State's no, was it Wichita State?
Yeah,
it was Wichita State. Their coach, he punched someone in the face and he died.
When?
I don't think I don't think, dude, it might not have been Wichita State.
I was about to say Greg Marshall did this. I feel like that would be huge news. Greg Marshall. Oh no, hold up. So this is what I was. Let me show you guys hammer fists in this capacity. I think a hammer fist to the nose would hurt. But Loading up Nico Price, KOing Randy Brown, hammer fist from the bottom. Dude, yeah, could you maybe try to figure out what that story is from though? Like, I'm very curious as to who that's about.
The title on ABC is Wake Forest basketball coach charged for punch that killed tourists in New York.
There's no way it's Danny Manning though. Their head coach, Danny Manning. There's no way it's him, or else they'd say that.
Neil Jones, assistant coach.
Okay, gotcha. I was about to say also because Danny Manning is like one of the nicest guys ever.
He died from injuries.
That's fucked up. That dude's going to jail.
He's charged with third-degree assault.
That's it?
To be upgraded. Dude, he punched the guy from Boca.
Boca. Okay. Check this out.
The wildest story you've heard from Florida?
Oh, dude. I got a couple. Yeah, check this out. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Wait for it. Right here, watch.
Oh, shit.
Brown is out.
This one so limp. He had it with his foot.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, Gomez caught it. He literally sweep from bottom position and took his foot as like per se as like a prop for the dude's head, and it was served up on a silver platter. And he's like, "Hello."
Hey, you can't move. I have your arms with my other hand too. That's
literally knocked him out.
Like at the end, at first his neck was like, he was like, and then at the end he was like,
yeah, like I think the first two he was consciously aware of, but then the third one I think is what knocked him out. I was covering that fight. Like when I have to cover fights, I have to like literally type like very quickly and very persistently like play-by-play recaps of what's going on. And I literally jumped off my couch because I'd never seen that shit before.
Yeah, that was insane.
So, moving along, before we get into the segment Rapid Fryer, which I'm excited about, we got to talk some LeVar Ball, Gomez.
LeVar Ball.
This has been in the making for 2 years.
JBA, bro. Did you see any of the JBA this past inaugural season?
I watched like.
You mean LiAngelo and LaMelo Ball?
You mean LiAngelo and LaMelo and their boys just balling?
I
saw like 3 games and watched a bunch of highlights from it, but it was just like not that exciting.
Yeah, did you
hear about the player that came out and said he saw an eighth of what he was promised?
Really?
Yeah. I saw a guy didn't get like any of his money.
No, that's crazy.
That's not good. He probably wants to sue LeVar Ball, and to be honest with you, he'd probably lose.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He might be in the right, but LeVar Ball has cash, so.
Well, all right.
Dog, my favorite part about the league, according to the league's website, every single team's nickname is Ballers.
Always, dude. It's like
all of them.
You're playing on the park and you get to pick, and it's like the 3 teams, they're all just the Ballers. You can only pick that.
Dog.
I really didn't hear anything about the league until now. I thought it was like at the middle of the summer. I thought it was going to be played like in the off season or something.
Dude, literally, I shit you not. I heard about it first from T. Jones on the podcast. He came on with me like 15 or so episodes ago. He like asked me if I saw it, and I was kind of confused because he said JBA, and he's like LeVar Ball's league. I was like, dude, that shit started already. And he's like, yeah, and he's like, you need to go look at the box score from last night's game with LiAngelo and LaMelo right now. And like I'm looking at that shit and like, dude, these guys, LiAngelo and LaMelo, are literally taking like 60 fucking field goals.
Dude, like 23 threes.
wonder what percent of the time they shoot. Just them two versus everyone else. Probably like 60.
They need their own team.
Should just be them two. They should figure out how to clone themselves.
So I can share my screen on here. Check this out. Share. Can you see my screen? Can you see it well?
I can no longer see you. Yeah, the JVA.
Okay, watch this. So when you go to the home page, oh, okay, nice. We got Buckeye Broadband trying to get its 15 minutes of fame. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Hello. All right, cool. Look at the when you do the drop down menu for teams. Oh my God.
Those jerseys are kind of fresh.
Yeah, jerseys.
Of course, they're sponsored by Big Baller Brand.
Oh yeah.
Look at all of the team's nicknames. Literally everybody is the Ballers. Do I even dare click shop now and see what these prices of things are?
Keep the merch.
Oh no. Bro, this shit is probably so outrageously insane. Okay. How much do you think a Big Baller Brand phone case costs?
At least $35.
I need a long sleeve Big Baller Brand shirt.
$30. Okay.
Okay.
Lanyard is 10.
I might have a hat.
Beanies are on sale. Check that out.
Ooh. Get your beanies before fall season. Yeah, really.
Dad hat LeVar. Of course, the special edition black and gold one, $100 is sold out.
That was crazy.
Sounds pretty
sick. Okay. So as we wait for my video to come back, there I am. Are we ready to move on to Rapid Fryer?
Let's go.
Rapid Fryer is this semi-new segment of mine where I will bring to light some of the most fried segments of news in sports today. Starting with our good friend and former Miami Dolphin, Mr. Gomez, and the very child-friendly Richie Incognito.
We talked about Richie Incognito the last time I was on here too.
No morals in sports.
Pretty interesting.
Was it on Rapid Fire that time too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's always doing something new to just.
I'm pretty sure.
What was he on that time for?
For bullying his teammate in the locker room.
No, that was a couple years ago. But he did. Well, I forget, dude.
Dude, does anyone still kind of call BS on that? Like,
Yeah, that
I don't know.
Can you bully a grown man? And that's my first question. And B, can you also bully a grown man that plays professional football as his living?
Probably just said he blocked like a bitch or something.
Blocked like a girl.
What
Dude, okay, we got some shit going on with Richie Incognito. Richie Incognito.
He's got some mental issues here, man.
Yeah, I'm going back to sharing my screen here. And I will do that probably for the duration of this segment. Boom. Okay. So how can you get to your bookmarked tweets? Did you know you can bookmark tweets?
No. It's like safe related for YouTube.
Yeah, true. Watch later.
Yeah, that's I guess not a thing, but okay. So I just want to make sure that I get the facts right when I'm talking about Richie Incognito here. Richie
told me about this. I was like, this is crazy.
Oh my God. Dude, what Are you guys reading this?
Longest Yard Part 2, Richie Incognito.
You guys reading this right now?
One. Oh my god. That's wild.
What?
This is all after the whole reason he landed on this segment. Man literally went to a funeral home and threatened to shoot the place up.
Oh yeah,
dude.
And was arrested for having 5 guns and a silencer in his trunk.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
What is Richie Incognito doing with 5 guns?
And the silencer.
Stevie Johnson of the Rochester Democrat Chronicle got a copy of the police report. Employees told Scottsdale police Incognito wanted his father's head cut off for research purposes. That he had walked through the funeral home punching caskets and throwing objects.
Man, there's something wrong with this dude. Richie Incognito, you're fried.
Dude, this is a big one too. CTE.
I figured it would be about that then.
Maybe contributing a little bit. Oh, yikes, man.
That's crazy.
Okay, so next. This is why I was looking for the bookmarked tweet things. Okay, so I can find bookmarks on my phone, but no, they don't have that on.
I don't think so.
Okay, so well, I got 2 I want to take a look at. You guys got a view of my timeline right now? Yes?
Yep.
All right. Number 1. We got minor league baseball.
For sure.
All right, here we go.
Dogs versus the Explorers, first of all.
With the third base, and Hobson's been ejected by Darryl Cooper. And now he'll get his money's worth as he's out there.
You see him right there?
He's going to grab the bat from Edwin Arroyo. Oh, he's going to take some hacks in the box.
Look at this fucking guy.
Really about.
Look at him go. He's going to run the bases.
You know, this guy's just getting he's wishing he was back in college playing, hitting his home runs, or he's just dreaming.
Look at this grandpa go.
I respect
the hell?
Dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's pimping the whole thing.
This was crazy.
I respect it, but it's like, look, high five. Man, and look at the energized crowd.
Oh, there's so many people there.
Look at all of those people. Everyone is loving it.
Oh,
that's legendary.
There's actually 20 people there.
Dude, I didn't see that. Do you see it? Wait, what was that? Hold up, go back. Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, that's their thing. That's what the Explorers do.
What the fuck is this?
What league is this?
I don't know.
Backyard league? They're playing on the field.
Dude, but that fence, or I mean the wall looks far as shit.
No, dude, that
give this manager an Oscar.
Wichita Wingles. Click on the
Wichita Wingnuts. If you're gonna go nuts.
I'm going to play in a men's league softball game tonight. Maybe
Are you really?
I'll get thrown out and fake hit a dinger and run the bases.
So, American Association. So this isn't even like single A ball. This is a completely different thing.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm trying to pull up the other one. This one's great. All right, yeah, here we go. Check out Brown's security. Getting a little practice of tackling field invaders in. You know, if this fucking video would load, yeah, okay. All right, thanks. Thank you, MacBook.
How do you think Aaron Donald feels after watching this video?
Not good, my friend. Look at them run.
This security guards are making a lot of money. Aaron Donald could be making that.
Yeah. Aaron Donald could lay out some field invaders.
Let's run this back. Oh, dude, he would hurt some people, bro. Look at Buddy right here in the front.
Look at this man's shoes.
Look at him go. Look at his hands while they run. He looks like a jackal. Weakest tackle I've ever seen. I'm
probably still get a penalty.
Real question though. Real question for a fact. Are you or I getting away from those guys every time?
Oh, for sure, dude.
I am 10 out of 10.
We've all had experience.
Did you see how slow those three fuckers were? They're not catching us.
I've always wanted to try and just go to an MLB game and just book it from the right field to left field and see if you can dodge.
Dude, I was at a minor league stadium. I was at a minor league park by my house, and I was with a bunch of guys, and they took a picture of me by the field. It was like 100 retweets, and I'm going to run on. Dude, I was about to. It was on like 96.
96?
Sure it wasn't on 7.
Maybe, dude. Who knows with 7?
Yeah, you really don't have any clue what's going to happen when 7 is involved. You really don't. Another rapid fire instant classic. How about our good friend Zach Smith, assistant coach that is kind of in the center of controversy at Ohio State.
Honestly, though, they should go to therapy.
Dog, I'm telling you, $2,200 worth of dildos that you send to your work. Yeah, I would say you probably need some therapy.
Are you ever packed downstairs? No, I got 2,200 packed downstairs.
Like, what the fuck? Sent it to the house Woody Hayes built himself. Shit is really fucked up.
What do you need those for?
Dog, because he was having affairs with the secretary. He was fucking his wife in Urban Meyer's office, dog.
What? I don't think.
Yeah. No, dude, you didn't read that? That came straight from Brett McMurphy himself. Literally the guy that broke the whole story. Dude, he said
White House dick pics.
Yeah, that's in the same that was in the same article as the White House dick pics. Like he was like fucking his wife in Urban Meyer's office on his desk. And he was getting head from the secretary. They found pictures of it. They found pictures of them fucking in Urban's office. They found pictures of the dick pics at the White House. Dude sent over $2,000 worth of fucking mongoloid sized dildos for who knows why.
Dude, bold statement here. I don't want to make any serious accusations, but the feds need to get on this dude. This is all those
Jared from Subway shit, if you ask me.
You can fit all those dildos.
No, I'm talking
in
about
his
some
pants.
human trafficking stuff, like pretty heavy.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good. Dude, and his wife was like casually in the fucking dick pics. She's just there.
Yeah, like, behind. It's like, hey guys,
and
430 in the White House.
And to be honest, if you can wrap the whole Ohio State situation up and tie the bow atop of it and put it under the fucking Christmas tree, the whole reason that there's even controversy in this first place is obviously that Zach Smith has issues and Zach Smith needs help, but the wife, she's crazy as fuck too.
Down with it.
Yeah. She's about to blow up like Kim Kardashian.
Literally, that woman sounds crazy as fuck.
Oh yeah, she's just in the dick pics in the White House.
She should do a TV show. She makes so much money.
Put her on HGTV.
Oh man.
MTV for sure.
Yeah.
They're on Facebook.
So, as we
put her on LeVar ball in the family.
Dude, I was gonna ask you.
They're actually, I kind of like them. They're kind of funny.
Did you guys meet? I don't think you guys met Denver while you were here, did you?
No.
My friend Denver was on last week, and he was telling me about. He's like, yeah, Tig put me on. He's like, I kind of fuck with it. He like walks around the house making breakfast. He's like, big ballers making breakfast.
Yeah. He's like, this is a big baller breakfast.
He literally calls himself Big Baller.
Yeah, bro. He is the big baller.
And like his kids refer to him as Big Baller, right?
They call him Dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Denver was telling me that they at points referred to him as Big Baller.
Oh yeah, probably, yeah, definitely at points they do, but not like on like a consistent basis anytime. It's like, hey big baller, hey big baller, can I have $20? I need to go get a new keychain for my new Rari keys.
See, that's what I was expecting, to be honest with you. Was them to just be like, oh, so like I was in the kitchen with Big Baller, and like people like looking at them like, what?
Yeah, all his brothers call him like Big Baller and stuff. His brothers are literally like damn near, except for one who's like more skinny, but they're all like look the same as Lamar. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, did we all kind of deep down know that Lonzo was going to be the only one? If not Lonzo and LaMelo, we're going to be the two ones.
Angelo was like a 3-star recruit, dude.
I never believed in LiAngelo.
Never, not for 5 seconds. So.
Yeah, LaMelo though. LaMelo can. I don't know what LeVar's doing with him. I think college or.
They needed UCLA for sure.
They definitely needed UCLA, not overseas in Lithuania and playing in the JVA for a year.
No, not at all. They did not need that whatsoever.
They put in their shots, that's for sure.
So as we get ready to wrap this episode up, we are getting focused on some no one has ever said.
Oh boy.
I know one that I had. No one has ever said. Richie Incognito definitely needs those 5 guns. No one, literally.
I think they said that on ESPN this morning, though.
Yes.
Oh, really? Like if Herm Edwards wasn't back coaching at Arizona State, he would have gone. If this helps your football team, and like the big Herm, no. He'd be like, if he can prevent the quarterback to be sacked, Herm, no, that's not what we're talking about. And he's still going on about you play to win the game.
Play. Classic.
It is so classic.
That's a good one though. I don't think I've heard anyone say that.
No one has definitely ever said. No one has definitely ever said. So me and former Ohio State assistant coach Zach Smith took our daughters to Michigan State gymnastics camp over the weekend. Is that fucked up?
That's so fucked.
Is it fucked up that I'm still laughing? Should I not be laughing?
That's hilarious.
I mean, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I might just have a good one.
Did you see that the coach that they put a warrant arrest out for the coach, and like that woman looks like your typical "can I see a manager" old woman. Because she lied. This doctor was fondling her gymnast's puss, and she lied about it.
Yeah, that's a wild story.
Oh, no, I'm trying to think of these two.
No one has definitely ever said that guy Bartolo Colon gets bitches.
Dude, he's been married for like 20 years or something.
I don't know. He doesn't get. Yeah, it's crazy.
He's been married to the same lady for a long ass time.
That's good for him because he's ugly as shit.
His wife is equally
No one has ever
as
said
ugly as shit. She's hit. Said Bartolo Colon's wife is definitely a dime.
Dude, nobody.
She's a cool 4.
A cool 4?
Big Sexy's wife. So
Yeah, that's some cred.
counts for something.
I would.
No one has ever said we got some great help from this counselor by the referral of Urban Meyer last weekend. Oh, I don't know. They are kind of hard to come up with.
Yeah, these are tough.
Gomi, have you been watching any of Ronaldo at eBay?
In highlights. I love it. Can't wait for people to come out.
Yeah, you're about to put like a lot.
Excited. Yeah, I like him going there, dude. He's been at Real for so long, and he's like became such a legend there. Now he's kind of going to start. I feel like it's like the same as LeBron is doing. He's like done his thing. Like LeBron did his thing, and obviously Ronaldo to like a much more dominant like way. The way that he like won so many titles and championships with that team. Now he's like, oh, I'm just gonna go win in Italy. I'm just gonna take over Italy with like the already best team in that league.
Yeah, that already wins every single year.
Like best team ever. Probably try and go for the Champions League title too.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to be one of the front runners at this point.
Like who else? Bayern maybe.
I think Real's probably still right there. Barca is definitely capable as well.
Barca for sure. Modric might. I heard he might transfer to Inter Milan.
Inter blows, if we're being honest.
I don't know why he'd go there. I don't even know anybody on that squad anymore.
Anymore. So, all right, gentlemen, I believe we have it pretty much wrapped up. You guys got any final remarks?
How about Kyler Murray?
How about it, man?
Oh yeah,
starting quarterback.
He's got to deal with the AIDS too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to become the first ever intercollegiate competitive athlete to be making a professional athlete's salary at the same time.
How do you feel about him as your quarterback this year?
I could not be fucking more excited. He's gonna fuck shit up, dude. And then he's gone.
For sure.
He'll be there for 1 year and he's gone. But dog, I mean my Sooners we are not going anywhere. We have this year's recruiting class. We have the number 1 quarterback and number 1 wide receiver in this year's recruiting class. This is the best recruiting class in Oklahoma history that we have coming in next year.
The League of Champions. There's some serious contenders over there.
In the Big 12, or are we trying to shit on the Pac-12? Fuck the Pac-12.
Bill Walton. No one has ever said, I love listening to Bill Walton.
No one's ever said Bill Walton's tie-dye T-shirts are so fresh.
No one has definitely ever said, dude, Bill Walton forgot his asset at home. I hope he's going to call the game okay.
Oh, my God.
No one has ever said, dude, Bill Walton just said this thing that makes a ton of sense.
I totally agree with him.
No, like not ever. Like you're listening to him, and
would you?
I feel for Dave Pash, the guy that calls play-by-play, sitting next to him, because sometimes he just looks at him like, dude, what are you talking about? I can't wait for college hoops to come back, though. Obviously, and college football too. You guys got anything else?
What do you think about Zion?
I think he's this. I think he is obviously going to be as good as advertised. He has the freakish size, freakish athleticism. Jump shot probably needs a little bit of work. But to be honest with you, if I'm going to be brutally abrupt with it, he's the second best player on Duke.
For sure. RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett's the best player. RJ Barrett's the best player in college basketball, hands down. Hands down. That guy. Oh my God, I'm so excited to watch both of them play together realistically. And I'm not trying to take away from Zion as much as I'm trying to prop up how high I am on RJ Barrett. Like RJ Barrett is so fucking good.
And Cameron Reddish though. We haven't seen him yet because he's hurt.
Yeah, he has he's got what is it, an ankle or a groin?
Yeah, I think it might have been. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, he was lathering his cock and
those Duke girls. No, you just got the clap.
No, he took a trip to Louisville for a weekend, hung out with Patino and the guys.
Yeah, with the boys and Patino.
Hanging out with some hookers in Patino's dead friend's building. It's so fucked.
Many taking it there.
Yeah, it's so fucked. You guys got anything else?
Nope. Sox are not.
Good talking to you, Davidson.
Good way to end it.
You're both douchebags, but I love you.
Hey man, we
But how about last time I was on? I said it was like the first couple weeks of the MLB season. I said, would you rather take Mookie and JD or the field for MVP? I think I was pretty right.
Yeah, I believe I said the field, right?
I'm not sure what you said.
I think I said the field because I really liked John coming into this season. I was super high on Giancarlo Stanton's prospects of hitting not only where he hits in that lineup, but hitting at the ballpark that he does. Even though the right field porch is known as like the quote unquote short porch at Yankee Stadium, the way it's configured is perfect for Giancarlo Stanton.
He either mashes a home run like 115 miles an hour off the bat, lines it over the left field fence, or just hits an oppo bomb.
That guy rarely hits anything other than bombs.
Did you see Baez's home run last night?
Is so hard off the bat.
Javi Baez?
Dude, that was a nuke.
Really?
Yeah, it was like 481 or 487? It was 41.
I gotta check it out. I was prepping. Honestly, I was getting way ahead of myself. I was prepping a ton of podcast notes. And to be honest with you, bringing the topic of that up brings me to say that now, of course, thank you to my friends Brock and Mr. Alex Gomez for coming on today. And it is always a pleasure, and you are always welcome. And now we are on the eve. Well, tomorrow will be the official eve, but I have made it public, and I'm going to clip this out as my own little YouTube video to promote it going forward. Sunday night at 11:30 p.m. approximately Eastern Standard Time will be the first edition of the Bottom Line Biweekly College Football Roundup, or the TBL BW CFRPRU for short. And basically what the College Football Roundup is it will be me, it will be Taylor Jones, it will be Denver, it will be Tyler Rice, it will be Connor Maloney, it will be Tino, in an around the horn kind of esque rotation, passing of the floor scenario of a college football podcast that we will be doing every 2 weeks throughout the college football season. And I am so fucking excited about it. There's an Ohio State fan in there, an Notre Dame fan, and 2 Michigan fans in there. So it's going to get really ignorant really quickly, and I cannot wait. So if you guys watching are not doing anything on Sunday night and you can't wait for college football like me and my 5 closest friends, join us because it's going to be fucking awesome. Support for the Bottom Line podcast comes from my friends at BetMMA.Tips. The BetMMA.Tips is the #1 leading handicapper in the betting business. And if you want to take a look at my picks for the upcoming fights or whatever, it's BetMMA.Tips /Davidson Baker GG and at BetMMA Tips on Twitter. For my friends Gomez and Mr. Bergeron,
thanks for having us. Fun. Soon.
We will be saying so long for now.
Have a good one, friend.
And you guys have a wonderful rest of your day as well.
Happy Friday.
Peace, guys.
Later.